Got a very unique, serious, but super fun event is going to be taking place September 28th. It's called Savour the Senses. We're going to find out more right now with Marlene Quinton, who's the development coordinator for DeafBlind Ontario Services. Nice to have you here.
Thanks, Dylan.
So let's talk about the amazing things that DeafBlind Ontario Services does.
Well, DeafBlind Ontario Services has been serving individuals with deafblindness for 30 years. We're in our 30th anniversary, and we're very proud of that. We're all across the province, and we have locations in Embrun, Ottawa, and soon in Vars as well. A brand new location opening up in Vars. Yeah, we're very excited.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
So obviously, I mean, to have this condition, deaf-blind, it sounds pretty self-explanatory, but what does it mean to be living with that?
Individuals with deafblindness have both disabilities. They have their blindness as well as deaf, and so that really impacts their ability to navigate the world and to really function and as regular as you and I would in society. So DeafBlind Ontario Services, through their intervener, their professional staff, help the clients to experience new things, to really live life to the fullest, help them make decisions on their own, and to understand what's going on around them. Okay,
so what are the statistics then? Because you told me a pretty big number Canada-wide, the people that are living with this.
Yes, so the statistic is there's about 1% of individuals live with deafblindness, and probably about 360,000 across Canada, and 170 something thousand. The numbers escaping me, but there's a lot in just Ontario here alone.
Yeah, so it's definitely, obviously, your organization is needed.
Yes,
well
it
needed.
is.
And the events that you hold are obviously needed because you need to fundraise.
We need to fundraise because the government just cannot pay for everything. So that's why we're here.
Okay, so maybe we can talk about the event, and there's plenty of other things we're going to get to here, obviously, but what happens here now? I attended this a couple of years back, but you sort of tweaked it a bit. Things are different.
Yes. When you attended it, we just did one portion of it. We did an Art in the Dark piece. We're still going to be doing that, but because we're DeafBlind Ontario Services, we like to provide or host an event that sort of centers around the senses. So you have a real sensory experience. So this year, we've added the new dimension of wine and whiskey tasting.
Well then.
Right?
What an event.
And we're still doing the art piece.
Okay.
And this is an art piece of art that I'll explain after, I think.
Okay, yeah, for sure. So what exactly happens? It's tasting or
So the guests will arrive, and when everybody's seated, they will have a wine tasting, but they'll be blindfolded. We'll give everybody a blindfold, so they'll get a chance to try three different kinds of wines, and it will be hosted by a local sommelier from Stonecrop Acres, and she's going to come out and walk us through. But while you're blindfolded, you have a really unique opportunity to do these tastings, because when you can't see what you're tasting, you have to rely on your other senses, and that's what really we want our guests to experience, using their other senses to really hone in on what it is that they're doing and tasting and so on. And then so after the tasting, they're going to have a nice dinner, fabulous dinner, and it's again a sensory thing, lots of really good scents and textures and stuff. We specifically arrange that way. And then after the main course, they'll have a whiskey tasting. So they will be joined by King's Lock Distillery, and they're going to walk us through a whiskey tasting.
My goodness.
And the cool thing about the whiskey tasting, Dylan, you'll like this, is that the dessert is paired with the whiskey.
Okay.
So it's going to be a really nice...
Taxi chits for everybody after? Or?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Well, it's a tasting. We're not going to give you a whole bottle.
I totally get it. Look out. Quickly, just with about a minute and a half left, because I know you wanted to talk about the art, and the artwork has something to do with community services. SEA stands for something. Yes.
So our C program, our Sensory Exploration Arts program, is what this whole event is built on. The Art in the Dark piece. So our Sensory Exploration Arts is a chance for our clients to get out and experience the arts, whether it's actual art like paint and that kind of thing, or arts, music, and so on. And it really gives them a chance to explore the arts through their senses. And it's a communication tool for them to communicate and express what's in their mind based on their experience with the art. So this piece is a piece that's done by one of our artists, and it's using apples and so on. But after the dinner, all of the guests will get a chance to do an art piece, and they will be blindfolded and given earplugs to simulate deaf blindness. So it's a whole sensory evening.
I can imagine.
We got it all covered, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But that's what this is spun off. This whole event is spun off this program, arts program.
30 seconds left, and I want to get the details because you actually have an early bird deadline.
We have an early bird deadline, and that is on the 13th of September. So you're going to want to get your tickets really quickly. And the tickets are going very well. Early bird tickets are selling very well, so they can go on our website, which I think you will be showing.
DeafBlindOntario.com.
DeafBlindOntario.com. That's correct.
Perfect. Thank you. Savour the Senses, Russell High School, Saturday, September 28th. Great stuff. There you go, Marlene Quinton. And more details coming up on another great event called Strike Out Cancer next.